Today I'm going to be showing you how I crocheted this mini fish charm. I posted a carousel tutorial on Instagram and it currently has 24,000 saves, which is crazy, but a lot of you have asked for a video tutorial, so here we are. First, let me show you what you'd need to start this project. I'm using a 2mm hook for this, and for yarn I'm using Mondial's Basic Luxe, which is 100% Egyptian cotton yarn. I got these aquamarine blue shades which I really like, and I'll note these color codes on the screen. It's also important to have a darning needle to sew up our ends and a stitch marker to keep track of our rounds. You'll also need a scissors, which I forgot to include in this. Here are also the skills that you will need and the abbreviations used for the project. We're going to start by making a magic ring. And for round 1, we're going to work 5 single crochets into the ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then pull the shorter end of the yarn to close the ring like this. For round 2, we'll be doing an increase into the first stitch, so 2 single crochets into the same first stitch. And as you can see, it was a bit tight. But here is the first stitch. And the second one. So now we have 2 single crochets in that first stitch. I'm going to put a stitch marker into the first stitch so we know where our round begins and ends. And now we continue working 5 single crochets into the rest of the round. So now we're back at the start of our round and we will remove our stitch marker, and for round 3 we will be starting with 2 single crochets. So 1, then we will place our stitch marker back on, and then another single crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to work an increase into the next one. So that's 2 single crochets in that same stitch. And we're going to repeat this sequence again. So 1, 2, and an increase in that last stitch. So now for round 4, we're going to do a similar sequence. We're going to do 3 single crochets and 1 increase. So 1, and then I'm going to place my stitch marker in the first stitch. 2, 3, and then I'm going to do an increase. And repeat that sequence again. For round 5, we're going to do a similar sequence with 4 single crochets this time. So 1, I'm going to place my stitch marker in the first stitch. 2, 3, 4, and then do an increase. It's a little bit hard working with really tiny projects, but once you get the hang of it, it gets a bit easier. So we've done our increase and now we'll repeat that again. So 4 single crochets and 1 increase. And you can see that the head of the fish is starting to form. For round 6, we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch. So I did the first stitch and then we're going to place that stitch marker back into it. Then continue doing single crochets in the round. So we're almost at the end of the round and we have one more stitch to complete, but I'm going to stop here and show you how to add in a new color for the body. So we're going to take our new color and we're going to make a slip knot. And then we're going to work into that last stitch as normal. So insert your hook into the last stitch, pull the yarn through. You'll now have 2 loops on your hook. And instead of using the same yarn to complete the stitch, we're going to insert the new color on the hook and pull through the 2 loops. Now we can begin round 7 with our new color. I'm going to take the stitch marker off and work my first stitch. I won't use the stitch marker for the body portion because we will be changing colors each round, but if you're doing your fish in one color or you just prefer to use it, of course you can continue to do that. So continue to work 5 single crochets and 1 increase and repeat that again in this round, and we'll meet back at the end of round 7. Now we're almost at the end of round 7 and we need to work an increase in that last stitch. So work the first stitch, and then in the second stitch, pull through the other yarn color through the 2 loops. And basically this is how we will interchange yarn colors throughout the rounds. We can cut off that extra yarn piece as well so we can focus on our 2 yarn strands. For round 8, we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch. And at the end of the round, once again, we're going to interchange yarns. For round 9, we're going to start decreasing. So work 5 single crochets first. So 3, 4, and 5. And then for the decrease, we're going to insert the hook into 1 stitch, pull the yarn through, and then insert your hook into the next stitch. Pull the yarn through once again. You will now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull the yarn through all 3 loops. So now 2 stitches have been combined into 1, and that is how you decrease. Repeat this again and we will meet at the end of the round. So we need to do a decrease in the last 2 stitches, but we also need to change colors. So insert the hook into 1 stitch, pull the yarn through, and then insert your hook into the next stitch and pull the yarn through again. You will now have 3 loops on your hook, and now yarn over with the other color and pull the yarn through all 3 loops. For the next 4 rounds, so from round 10 to 13, we're going to be working single crochets in each stitch in the round, and at the same time exchanging yarn colors after each round. So just remember at the end of every round to interchange yarn to the opposite color, and this is how we will eventually create that stripy effect. As you can see, the lines look a little bit mismatched at the joining point, but I will show you later how we can hide that. So work these 4 rounds and I will meet you at round 14. So for round 14, we're going to be doing 4 single crochets and then 1 decrease. So 2, 3, 4, followed by a decrease. So pull the yarn through the next stitch, and pull the yarn through 3 loops. And repeat that sequence 1 more time. And at the end of round 14, instead of changing colors like we have for the past rounds, we're going to use the same color, because now for the back portion of the fish, we're only going to use 1 color, so you can actually cut off our second color, finally. And now we can focus on 1 color again. I'm also going to be using stitch markers now for the rest of the rounds because it will be easier to keep track of where we begin and end. So for round 15, we're going to be doing 3 single crochets followed by 1 decrease, and repeat that again. For round 16, we're going to be doing a single crochet in each stitch. So I'm just doing my first stitch, placing my stitch marker back, and doing single crochets. And you should have 8 stitches at this point in the round. For round 17, we're going to be doing 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and this will be our last decrease round. For the last 2 rounds, we're just going to be doing a single crochet in each stitch. So for round 18 and 19, we will just do 1 single crochet in each stitch for both rounds. For the last row, we will use our darning needle to sew the hole close. So just cut off your yarn, leaving a little bit of a tail so you can use that yarn to sew. I'm going to insert the yarn into the needle and sew the last few stitches. Sorry, my camera was out of focus. So now we're going to hide the imperfect part, and how we do that is we're going to sort of flatten our fish until the joining part of the stripy portion is on the side of the fish, if that makes sense. So now it seems seamless and you don't really see any part of the joinery. We're now going to take our tail and put it into the hole at the back part of the fish and just poke it through any part, so you basically hide the tail inside your fish body. And now we have our body complete. It's time to do the fish tail and the eyes. To make the tail, first we're going to make a slip knot with our second color. We're going to pull that slip knot through the end part of the fish like this. Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to make one side of the tail first. So we're going to do a half double crochet on the side of the fish, followed by a double crochet a little bit lower, and then we're going to make a triple crochet or treble crochet in the same hole where we made the double crochet. And you're kind of just working your stitches down into the side of the fish. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then we're going to do 3 slip stitches in the stitches we just made. And this would create a kind of triangle fin shape and also bring us back to the center of the tail. It may look a little wonky, but all you have to do is pull and adjust and you can get it looking exactly like a fin. Now we're going to do the same for the other side. So I'm going to do a half double crochet followed by a double crochet a bit lower down into the body portion. and then a treble crochet into the same hole as the double crochet. If you want, you could also do your treble crochet in a little bit lower. It depends on how you want your fin to look. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and do 3 slip stitches so you reach back to the center of the tail. And now you can fasten off and leave a little extra part of your yarn, so you can just weave that in. What I usually do is tie a knot with the 2 ends that I have of my yarn, and then I just weave these extra ends into the fish somewhere. That's what I like about 3D crochet, 3D-ish projects. You can kind of just weave your yarn into the project, like literally into it. And then just cut off the excess yarn. So now we just have our eyes left to do. So I'm just going to take about 20 to 30 centimeters of yarn, and I'm going to sew that through one side of the fish where I want the eye to be. I'm just going to sew in 1 stitch to create the eye. And poke the yarn through the other side and sew into another stitch to make the other eye. And we're going to pull the ends of our yarn into the fish and out through its mouth. And this sort of creates a keychain tail, I would say. And you've completed your fish. Of course, if you do have your own metal keychain, you can attach that to the fish as well. So of course there are tons of variations you can make of the fish. I made another stripy fish with only 3 lines. I also made 2-tone fishes. I also did a fish in 1 color with this sparkly yarn, which was really cute. Of course, you can make your fish however you want to. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you if you watched all the way to the end. I hope you have fun making your little fish charms. You can subscribe to my channel and also follow me on my other socials, and I'll see you in my next tutorial or video. Ciao!